to contribute to his team.
That's really big because if you think about it,
1 point. Consistent, man.
Yep, Kibler still hasn't dropped that. So after all has been said and done, after 6 rounds of play, Megafins have the lead, 44 lobby. This is where it all counts. Can Rapid Rangers pull themselves out of the 4th place with a miraculous comeback against the Doombringers? Or we have Choco Bars, Hafu, Disguised Toast, Dog, Asmodai, Amaz, Surrender, and Calento. Oh my gosh, this lobby is so stacked. Every single one of these players are incredibly high MMR and very seasoned veterans in the auto battler genre.
A bunch of heavy hitters, that is for sure. Who are we going to be kicking off here? I'm looking over, I'm checking to see if there's anyone in particular we have not seen yet. We do have Patches up there being picked up by Toast, but we looked at Toast in the last matchup. Is there anyone in particular you want to look at, Dan?
We haven't seen much of Choco Bars
from
her perspective, so we can hop onto her perspective perhaps.
Okay, she will be picking up AFK, and you know me, I'm willing to always talk about this character. First 2 turns, you do not attack, but on your 3rd turn, you get the chance to get multiple cards. I'm actually kind of curious. When you are playing AFK, do you go for the 4-star first or the 3rd star?
Oh,
that's the dream right there. That is an insane opening.
Wow, and Janet's cam isn't on program right now, but she is popping off. She feels so good about that start, and rightfully so. This is a kind of start that can let you rush and tech up to 4 stars or maybe even 5. You wouldn't want to do it directly every single turn, but she even finds a Nightmare Amalgam.
Wow, RNGesus is with her today, even putting her hands together, putting up a little bit of a prayer. And yeah, you're completely correct. Whenever you find this combination, it trades very well into a lot of the 1-star and 2-star minions that are even in Hearthstone Battlegrounds. So you can secure some wins or at least be safe to go even or lose a minimal amount of damage as long as you're not unlucky, which allows for you to tech up very aggressively. If you're building mech already, you just want to rush to level 4 and find those buffs. This is the dream here for Choco.
Yep, use the Overseer to buff a demon. Nightmare Amalgam is every single tribe in Hearthstone, at least available to us in the Hearthstone current form. Security Rover helps summon those mechs and give Cobalt Guardian another Divine Shield. All coming together very nicely, and now Choco Bars will have the ability to tier up and get to 3 stars, as she's currently at 2 stars at the moment.
Yep. Her next turn will allow for her to get a couple of rolls if need be, just to free something, but teching would definitely be very strong for her. She's got to be incredibly happy. And the position is huge here, too. We keep talking about positioning. Allow the Divine Shield to attack first, have the Rover go second. That way you proc and immediately get a Divine Shield. This is the safest route you can go. And continue down the line.
Yep, so I anticipate Choco Bars to be able to take this as she gets First Blood Strike onto Dog. And now she has the ability to Tavern Tier Up. And Tavern Tier Up is really important because, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, but for people who are tuning in and are new to Battlegrounds, the tavern tier that you're at, which is the stars here notated by our mouse, that's the highest rarity that you can find. As you can see, there's 3 2-star minions that you can recruit. So if you go to 3, you're able to buy up to 3 stars. And it looks like Choco Bar's staying exactly on tier 2, not really going for that rush, instead trying to prioritize early game pressure.
Yeah.
And you know what? I kind of like it because she has so much overwhelming damage that she might be able to pressure a lot of other heroes into bad spots and forcing them into suboptimal plays because they have not a lot of health.
Yeah, this is a mentality shared amongst a lot of Hearthstone Battleground players in the higher tiers. If you feel like you can push the envelope and go full aggression, then do so. Because if you are teching, you're giving more time to the opposing players to build out the board that they want. If you can stress them out, as Froden was alluding to earlier, you put yourself in a prime position to make sure that you at least get a top 4. The question is whether or not this is a winning strategy fully. Do you put yourself behind a little bit too much with the teching for it to pay off? That is something that we'll have to see an answer to eventually. But for now, a flooded board allows for Choco to continue keeping up the damage and allows for her to finally tech up on this last round.
Yep, nice little roll there. When you have an extra gold every single round, You want to try and go for one last refresh, which fills the tavern with new minions. And if you like any of them, let's say, for example, Chocobars really wanted this Pilot Shredder, she could also opt to freeze the minions and keep it over to buy it when she gets 10 gold again, or rather 9 because she's at 8.
Spend all that money, man. You and I come from the StarCraft 2 days, StarCraft, Brood War as well. It's always about managing that econ and spending as much as you can, because if you have a lot of extra resources floating around, you're probably going to eventually lose out on the game. And that was done there. Spend it all, go down to 0, and do what you can unless you see that power spike. Now, heading straight into this next board, she is facing off against Dog once again. Now, Dog has been prioritizing just flooding his board, getting as much units as he can on the field, and getting mech. I'm sorry, not mech, just whatever he can find. And currently, as I look over to Dog's screen, he is looking to take some damage here, but he hasn't lost too much, because remember, Patchy starts with 60, and even though he just flooded the board and gotten a couple of tokens to trade out for later on, he's only taken 6 damage in total. This is a prime position for him.
14 damage!
That hurts.
Oh my goodness. So Chocobar's riding that early game momentum. We're going to swap over to Amaz, who's playing Toki. Toki has received a nerf in recent times. Originally, Toki's hero power, which states for 2 gold, you get to refresh the tavern, basically see all new minions here, and you get to add a minion from a higher tavern tier. So in this case, Amaz gets to see up to a 4-star unit, which is the Defender of Argus, which gives adjacent minions +1/+1 a taunt. However, Toki used to be 1 gold.
Yeah.
This used to cost 1. And it was insanity because you get so many efficient buys early on, and you got to power level and hit 6-star units consistently to wrap the game up.
Yeah, it was a better refresh than everyone else had in the game. And it seemed like it was a little bit too strong for Blizzard, so it did get adjusted on Tuesday. Now, we did have Amaz start with a Murloc composition just to try and get his board into a solid position. But after finding his Cobalt and his Rover, a common strategy that we've seen today, he is starting to transition into Mech and then keep trying to pull that off. The issue is he's starting to get a little bit low on HP, but so is his opponent here, as we are looking at the Rat King, which is being played by... Who are we looking at here? Hafu.
Ooh,
trade.
Amaz able to offset some of Hafu's damage. Hafu versus Amaz is a direct competition between the Megafins and the Rust Buckets. The 2 players in this lobby for the top finish of this entire tournament is Hafu and Dog, and Amaz and Kalento.
Do remember, both those teams are 1 point apart from being in first place.
Right, and currently Amaz and Hafu are 7th and 8th, while Dog at Patchwork is in 3rd, and Kalento with Dancing Daryl is number 1 in the lobby. This is looking pretty good so far in terms of the head-to-head for the Rust Buckets. But we'll see. If Amaz dips out early and Hafu and Dog get a top 4 finish both, that's going to make it difficult for Kalento.
Can we actually take a look at Kalento's board here? He is currently dancing at the moment, and he's going for an unorthodox type of strategy. He is going for double Bolvor. Bolvor is a character that many folks usually don't pick up because he doesn't have very much health, but if you get Divine Shields, they get popped, he gets an increase in stats on his attack. And with this Dancing Daryl, he has now increased that hold pool, which I believe is normally 7 to begin with, all the way up to 12, which makes it that much more robust. Now from here, he just needs to build it out and try to find more Divine Shields to apply to the Battleground. This is a different strategy from him, but I love seeing it, especially here in the final matchup we've had on the entire day.
Oh yeah, and Bolvar not only has the sickest art, but he's got pretty badass intros and animations, so always happy to see Bolvar get some play. An iconic character to the Warcraft franchise.
Although he lost to Sylvanas. I think that's a spoiler, but I'm okay with it. As we throw that out there.
Don't get me started on what we saw at BlizzCon. I am pretty upset that the Lich King has died so easily at the hands of Sylvanas, but that's neither here nor there. Looks like Kalento's gonna clean up Dog for this fight. Another head-to-head that favors the Rust Bucket, and Bolvar's a lot of damage.
Yeah. I believe, what is he, a 5-tier unit? No, a 4-tier unit. So the 4 plus the Amalgam, add 2, we go all the way up to 10. 10 hits on top of Dog. And now Dog is getting into a position where he needs to figure out what he wants to do with this board. Because right now he doesn't really have too much going for him except for a poison and some decent stats. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look over at Dog here. Remember, Patchwork is a character that you can be a bit greedy on, but at some point you have to make your commitment. And he's starting to do that now, actually, as he gets a big Zubat in to heal or to give stats to multiple members, and now trying to figure out what he wants to finish off his composition with.
All right, with the Void Lord, does give him some demon possibilities. He buys a Soul Juggler. I like it.
Yes! This is what I wanted from a Moz, and instead Dog will give it to me. Thank you. What this does, the Void Lord, is it has a death rattle that drops off a 1/3 unit. The name of that unit is,
Voidwalker.
Voidwalker, thank you very much. Clipping my mind there. And so what you're getting is a nice synergy with the Soul Juggler. Soul Juggler provides 3 damage for every demon that dies. And so when the Void Lord dies, you get 3 damage. And then when those Voidwalkers spawn out, all 3 of them, if you have the board space, you get additional damage, which equals out to 12 potential snipes. He only gets 2 here, but it's wonderful synergy.
Right, and also potentially more as he continues to develop his board. You can see those extra snipes coming in big here. Oh!
It's probably my favorite comp to run, just 'cause how fun it can be.
It's super fun.
It is very, very fun. Maybe not the best, but hey, when you're having fun, maybe it is the best. Some damage comes out. We're gonna have the Battle Master soaking up what they can. The Rats are looking to maybe clear up that Murloc. And will this be enough for at least a tie? It looks like it will be.
Right, and this is a big win for Dog, even though he didn't get the win for the battle. The fact that he was able to tie and not lose HP after he's transitioning is an important point. When you have like a specific composition that's favoring one type of tribe, and you're starting to sprinkle in other things, the weakest is when you first start to transition. Dog just bought his demon package and he's not finishing it yet. He's only going to get stronger from this point on.
Oh my. That draw, 2 Malgonuses. Is he going to do the dream? Tell me he's going to, Dan. I can't look. Will he pick him?
Well, he doesn't have enough gold to pick all of it.
Freeze him. I don't care. Lock him in. Give me the Malgonus.
It's definitely the right call to freeze at least some of it, but he's thinking about whether or not he wants to buy any of it right now, because all of these recruits cost 3 minion to get. But Mal'Ganis is a really powerful minion because your other demons have +2/+2, and your hero is immune, which is important for other cards that deal damage to yourself.
Okay. Oh, why would you do this to me, Dog? He froze it and then unfroze it. Still thinking. 8 seconds and counting here. See, he's built up his board here to move into Lightfang, right? And if he can find a Lightfang on the next couple of rolls, he'll be golden. He'll be able to build that Murloc, an Amalgam, some demons as well getting buffed. He has a Beast. So I can see why he's thinking about it. But at this point, you have to make a decision. Will I find that Lightfang, or do I take what I currently have? He froze it, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
He did freeze it, and I think that's the right call. Disguised Toast, trying to get that promised first place finish.
All 3 Voidwalkers come out, snipes flying forward. In a dream world, you want to be able to kill that junk bot, but it's getting a bit too tanky, so for now, you'll take whatever you can get.
Oh, the snipe on the Divine Shield.
Very helpful. There is still a way for that Divine Shield to be refreshed if it doesn't get picked off first. Oh, there's the refresh there. Finally, the Rover will get picked off.
All right, Dog is trying to survive, and it looks like there's an onslaught of damage. And based off the way this panned out, Disguised Toast will be able to get that last final save because he has that junk bot that looks unstoppable.
It is pretty up there, 31 and 29. As this Cobalt gets picked off, it'll get buffed even more, but he's even needed to get buffed. The Rats attempting to take it down, gnawing away at that junk buff. The mechanics,
extra damage.
Too strong.
Disguised Toast coming in big with the dozen damage. 2 players have also been eliminated.
That's going to be Hafu, actually, and Amaz. So 1 member from 1 team apiece has fallen out and been not rewarded any points whatsoever.
Right, so now it's down to Dog versus Colento. Colento at #1 right now. Still hasn't lost a single health point in this lobby.
He got the golden Mal'Ganis. First off, this is wonderful because you only need one position for the board. Second off, every single demon on the field gets a 4/4 buff, and he gets a level 6. Looking into it right now, it seems like the Ascoiler could be a good pickup, but he does still have. Wait, did he still have Murloc? Let me see here.
No, he has the Amalgam and he has the Murloc Tidehunter.
So you can go the Megasaur here.
So I think you would want to sell either the Soul Juggler or you want to sell the Rat Pack. And this is a tough decision to make. Dog hovering over the Rat Pack.
He does it. He's sticking with the demons. Get some buffs.
Poisonous.
Beautiful. Wonderful board here for Dog. I'm going to watch Dog for 2 months straight if he sticks with these demons. I'm not kidding. Every day I'll wake up, play my Hearthstone Battleground matches, and then just watch Dog stream. Okay, that's my commitment. I'll throw it out there. It's the truth.
I had the opportunity to help produce another Auto Battler tournament where Dog got to the top 8 after a long qualification day. And then Dog decides to just play off meta the entire time and loses the tournament. Everyone's like, "Why'd you do it?" And he's like, "I don't know, I just thought I could pull it off."
That sounds like my kind of guy, man.
Dog is so willing to try new strategies, and that is why people love watching his stream.
And so far, the Soul Juggler finds a snipe. Maybe he can find one more. Keeps hitting that Battle Master, which is unfortunate. There's a hit, though.
And looks like Asmodai is going to bite the dust. So with this, Dog gets closer to guaranteeing himself a top 4 spot.
Getting closer to the points, trying to find a little bit more money for his team. Dog keeping it together so far. Oh my gosh, another Void Lord. Can he get next?
Another Soul Juggler.
If he does it. Okay, so here's what happens when you get 3 Soul Jugglers, you combine them together. First off, you get the 6 that we always talk about. But secondly, that Soul Juggler damage will go up to 6 damage per a snipe, which is instrumental as you move into the late game, right? Every bit of damage helps. You want to be able to pop those Divine Shields and maybe clean up 1 to 2 units. If that Soul Juggler can snipe 2 units for you, typically demons, if they're not running into poison, can trade quite effectively into their opponents.
Yep, Dog going for a second Void Lord, and with Mal'Ganis is really well protected. And now he's going up against Disguised Toast. Toast is on Patches, which has received pretty low ratings across the board. A lot of people have pointed Patches as one of the weakest heroes, but yet it seems like Toast is guaranteeing himself a top 5 spot so far. I wouldn't say it's that weak if that's the case.
I think I agree with you. I mean, in theory, it's always been a pretty strong hero, being able to pick off Divine Shields. Maybe you find a kill or two. The hard part is just making the RNG work for you. But if you have a strong board, and Toast does, you'll be able to keep moving forward. All right, so we're setting up for our next matchup. Looking over to is going to be Trump, as you mentioned, and we'll see which board is able to pull out the victory.
Colento's also doing some big plays on his stream. I'd highly recommend you check it out, twitch.tv/Colento. He's got the Daryl plays lined up, stacking massive minions. But for now, we're going to focus back on Dog versus Toast.
Oh, what? My heart is currently in my stomach right now. That sunk. That's such an unfortunate snipe. Trump has got to be smiling about that one.
That's Disguised Toast. Unless the meme is alive and
sorry, that is
Trump
close.
equal Amazi with Disguised Toast. It's okay, it's an old meme.
Focus on the demon's life. Oh man, that was an incredible snipe.
But is it enough? I mean, there's a lot of stats still here. Ooh, more Divine Shield action, more junk bots getting bigger.
Still 2 Void Lords and a pretty healthy Mal'Ganis up playing his board, but that junk bot is looking healthy itself.
Oh boy, that's a big trade for Disguised Toast. And I think Toast is going to take this battle here.
He sure will. If the Mal'Ganis stayed, you would have an additional stats, but Mal'Ganis getting sniped. Massive pick off there for Toast. And Toast is going to be able to grab this, and he's in first place.
Oh,
and
boy.
Toast did say 6 rounds ago that he would finish this tournament with a first place finish.
Oh, yeah.
Is he going to actually pull it off?
We'll see.
He's fishing. Wants that 3rd Void Lord. Battle Master.
Another Battle Master.
Yep. Facing off against Choco, who we saw in the early tournament. Remember, she had an incredible start to this match.
Dog can replace one Battle Master with a second one that's much stronger. This has 35 health, and it's because the Battle Cry says gain +1 health for each damage your hero has taken. Patchwork has taken 51 damage. If he plays another Battle Master, this will gain 51 health. It'll be a 352 plus 4/4, so it'll be a 756. Way better than the current Battle Master that's on the board. But Dog wants to get that 3 of, and if he's able to get it, it'll be a huge Battle Master. But that's only if.
Well, he's probably also thinking about playing to win and getting that first place, and having that huge Battle Master could get him towards that. Remember, they're only 1 point behind their opponent so far. And the Murloc fans would love to be able to pull off that win.
Oof.
Wipe comes in, it's multiple. 1 poison taken out too.
Okay, but the poison lands on the poison. That's big for Dog. But all of these Divine Shields are going to start activating again.
This is where the Soul Juggler can be clutch, so.
So Dog needs to snipe one of the 3 health minions.
There's 2 up there, there's 1. Nice. Divine Shield down, another snipe comes out.
Uh-oh, now more Divine Shields.
Not the hit you want. Pops 1. Another attack goes forward. Oh, the Divine Shield comes out, a little too late.
Okay. Mal'Ganis. Oh. And that's going to be enough. Dog's going to be able to defeat Choco Bars. Choco Bars and Toast still in the lobby. But it's very close.
Very, very close. At this point, Dog is hoping for a 3rd Soul Juggler or a Battle Master. Any of those 2 would be wonderful for him. Flinging through the rerolls. Finds a buff to help play as well. And it's just not coming to fruition.
Still has a chance to go for a triple if he sells his other minions. Doesn't find it.
There it is.
There's a 3rd Soul Juggler.
And he's facing off against an older player that has been knocked out.
That's right, he's facing up against Asmodai because there's an odd number of players. Asmodai hasn't gotten any stronger because it remembers the last army that he had before he died. And therefore, Dog should have an easier round. We have seen some people lose to the Ghost though, even to the point where the player that lost ended up letting the player that didn't fight them get first place.
Sure, it's a calculated gamble, but it's still a gamble that makes sense. Like, even if Dog were to lose here, him holding off and playing for a stronger board later on makes sense. Totally agree with this play. He freezes in the Soul Juggler and just hopes to be able to make it through this round. In fact, he would rather face this Ghost than the rest of the members on the board who are obviously building to be stronger. So here we go. Let's watch as it unfolds.
Dog should be fine here. Taking a look at some of the other battles as well. Kalento's facing off against Choco Bars, and if Kalento can win, can eliminate and also guarantee himself a spot in the top 4.
And it works out pretty nicely here. He still has his 2 poisons left. If he can walk away from the first couple of battles and still have his front 2 minions still hanging out, he can be pretty confident about earning the win. And he'll be able to take out the bot. And now we get to see the legendary power of the level 2 Soul Juggler. Dan, are you excited?
I'm pretty excited.
Look at it. It's beautiful. It shines. It gleams.
I'm ready. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, when a friendly demon dies, deals 6 damage. Imp Gang boss, but Dog has moved way past that stage. Looking for that 3rd Void Lord.
I like the waiting here.
Or that Battle Master. But you know what? Just going to prioritize one last series of buffs to the Cold Light Seer.
And he will be facing off against Toast.
Or the Magician.
Here's the best part, too. This Soul Juggler becoming a level 2. Remember what happened last time he faced off against Toast? The Hero Power sniped the Soul Juggler who had 3 HP.
That's right.
The Hero Power for patches only does 3 damage. The Soul Juggler cannot be sniped at the beginning. He guarantees himself at least a shot or 2.
Oh, the 3rd Battle Master.
Yes. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna pull
goodness.
off a demon composition for the win in the final game?
For the 4th win in a row. Dog's won 3 lobbies straight. And if he can wrap up his tournament with 4 lobby victories in a row, I don't think anyone will blame at least Dog for the Mega Fins not winning here.
Dog is bonkers, man. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna throw it out there, say it with my chest. This guy is incredible, and I can't wait to see more from him. Here we go. Into the next matchup, 3 seconds and counting. Toast and Dog facing off once more.
The entire team of Megafins are gathered around. Everyone else is eliminated from their games. Trump, Tice, and Hafu gathering around to try to help Dog. He's going up against Toast.
Patches hits some damage, but no kills.
No kills from the cleave, which is really important.
There goes the spawns. One snipe, gets another death rattle.
Oh no.
Junkbot's getting pretty big, but there's enough space here for a couple of Void Walkers. Poison comes out and connects. I'm just staring at this Junkbot, man. It's the crutch here for Toast. And the Soul Juggler doing overtime here, trying to snipe what he can, clearing out Divine Shields.
The Soul Juggler doing big damage. Battle Master has to do a lot.
He holds what he can. The Mal'Ganis needs a pretty solid trade here.
Okay.
Gets the 1-1. The Rover next.
Uh-oh.
Juggler's down.
Oh,
it's
it comes
so
down
close.
to one last attack. Toast will not get the kill, but it'll be very narrow margins. 6 out of 9. No one's dead.
Look at the far left here. Everyone is on low health, bringing all the stops out here for this final matchup between our players. And in these later stages, we still have 5 standing.
8, 7, 7, 6, 3. Everybody in single hit point range.
Look at this number. This is going to be a big number. God, I love numbers. And he got the brand battle cry. Oh, 95 builds up 209, 323.
Oh my gosh. Dog has a massive, unkillable Battle Master.
Until a 1-1 Murloc with poison hits it. But until then, it's massive.
I mean, that's the whole thing. You have to have poisonous or you won't kill it.
Yep, exactly.
And I think that might help Dog win this lobby here because I'm looking at Kalento's board right now, and Kalento's going to face off against Dog, which is the exact matchup they want. They want the Rust Buckets to face off against the Megafins, and if Dog beats Kalento, not only is Kalento eliminated, he gets no points.
And Kalento has no poison on his board currently. He has a lot of numbers, a lot of stats. He has a massive amalgam.
Oh no, this is looking like the Battle Master is going to clean everything up. Watch magic happen as we come down to what could be the defining moment of this tournament as we wind down to the last final rounds.
Oh boy, I'm ready. Swipe comes out, looking to pop some Divine Shields, does not connect. Here comes the Cleave, gets their own Divine Shields. There goes the first Demon, 2 Voidwalkers pop out, bam, 6 damage. Comes in from 1. Not the best trades there for the Void Lords, but still, Demons here. Oh, it was a big swipe.
Soul Juggler needs to die.
No, 1 hit there.
Okay, Mal'Ganis dies. Oh, 66 attack, and it's not gonna go down.
I can't watch.
There's still a chance.
Damn, this hurts.
Oh my gosh, wait, hold on. This looks like a tie?
No way.
Woo!
Oh my,
Somehow
he gets
Kalento gets it and eliminates Dog.
Without poison, Kalento able to turn around, dancing with Daryl, dancing on the grave of Dog here as he gets the pick. Kalento currently smiling over in his area as he pulls out the win.
That means that Dog gets 5th place because he took a little too much damage. Choco Bars just surviving long enough to get 4th place. Let's stay on Kalento, who's playing Dancing Daryl, and all those buffs made the world of difference. One thing we weren't factoring in is that even though the demon was at 300 plus health, didn't have that much attack.
Exactly, he can take some damage but can't quite dish it. But Kalento and crew setting up here for their next fight. Players left over, Toast, Kalento, and Surrender are our top 3 at the moment. And Kalento, right now, will be facing off against Choco's Ghost here, as she did fall victim in 4th place. And we'll see if he can play it out. Looking over to the other players currently. I'm looking at Surrender's board, and he has a double poison. I'm sorry, is that a triple poison? He has triple poison. Divine Shield already built up. A strong board for him.
if we can, we should probably look at Disguised Toast versus Surrender. That could be a match that determines who is in third place here.
Well, let's go ahead and head on over. It's currently...
Yeah, Colento's going to clean up this up pretty easily, but Toast is facing off against Surrender. What is it? Surrender has all of the poisons in the world.
Surrender not playing around at all here, but looking over at Toast, if we look at his board at the moment, Toast attempting to trade out, but gosh, those minions are just so big.
How did this even get so big? Is it the Light Fang? Yeah,
Question
it's the
I ask
Light
myself
Fang.
all the time. It's crazy. So many stats flooding in here. 18, speaking of big, to connect, and Toast is out. And we are down to a final one-on-one. Surrender facing off against Colento.
Pretty good, though, from Team Rabid Rangers. A third and fourth place again, nailing that top 4. Coming down to the last matchup, Colento versus Surrender.
Dancing Daryl versus George, by the way. Heroes not everyone believed to be incredibly strong, but both these players showing a different case here. That dancing has given Colento a strong board as he continues to play with Bran.
This cleave. This Foe Reaper is going to hit for 45 times 3. That is silly amounts of damage.
On the opposing side, Surrender also just got another Megasaur, and he's thinking about his next buff. Decides to grab Death Rattles for all his Murlocs to give them plants that pop out.
Right, he wants that extra board presence just in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, just in case you tie, at least you can win with a couple of tokens. Zap comes in for Colento, looking to snipe a small health minion. He'll be able to find one, but not kill
6
two.
Divine Shields, 3 with poison, a 63-109. This is gonna take a Herculean effort from multiple minions here from Colento to come back against a board of this caliber. Everything that touches Colento's minions is gonna die.
Everything is just death. Everything he touched, and destruction.
Oh, that's a good trade.
There you go.
Oh no, the cleave missed. It needed to land on the Bran Bronzebeard. And I think with that, Surrender is gonna be able to clean up the rest of the board here and eliminate Colento, which means Surrender gets his 3rd win of the tournament.
Only one of the tournament, and he does it with George as well. Congratulations to Surrender. Pulling off the win. What a massive tanky composition to end it with as well. And what a great final series regardless. All the players came out, showed some incredible plays, particularly,